Welcome back to Premier League Victoria, powered by Esports Live and FNR, Football Nation Radio. We're halfway through our quarterfinals. Kingston City and Heidelberg United have already booked their spots in the semis, but the question is, tonight, who will be the third person to enter that semi-final stage? The answer will be uncovered over these next two legs. Our match tonight is Christian Cavallo, representing Dandenong City, who is playing with Bayern Munich, and he meets Kris from Port Melbourne Sharks, playing as Barcelona, a rematch of the Champions League quarterfinal these two sides played earlier this year. That tie finished 8-2 in favour of Bayern Munich, a result that Kris, I'm sure, will be hoping to avoid. Whether or not he will, Athos, well, that's what we're about to find out. I'm Lockie Flanagan, and of course, as I alluded to there, my co-host today is Athos Sirianos for this tie, this two-legged tie between Bayern Munich and FC Barcelona, which is already underway, Athos.
And it's a hot start for Bayern Munich, like you mentioned, the A2, and they're very keen to get going. A shot blocked from ter Stegen, kept in by Semedo. So already a very, very aggressive start from the German Giants. This is a heavyweight fight, no matter where it is in the world, including on FIFA. So the first of what we expect to be two wonderful, wonderful legs. Jordi Alba, one of the best fullbacks in the world, cuts back. Probably didn't need to, but he found his destination eventually. Suarez to Messi is within range. We know how dangerous he can be. Great ball to his mate Griezmann. Cuts back. Again, probably didn't need to. And they'll look to build up patiently Barcelona like they did back in the day under one Pep Guardiola.
Kris is quietly confident of his ability in this tournament. We've already had some cracking games, of course. Athos, Amir Abdallah going up against Dini Mehmeti, Heidelberg versus Dandenong Thunder. That one finishing as a thriller, really, Athos. Probably the game of the tournament so far. I know we've only had two, but Amir Abdallah of Heidelberg United going through on golden goal. We've had plenty of goals throughout this contest. We might have another one here as Antoine Griezmann curls it and opens the account for Kris of the Port Melbourne Sharks. Look, he hasn't had the best time in Barcelona colours, has Antoine Griezmann in real life, but he is a devastatingly lethal player on FIFA20, and he made no mistake on that occasion. Kris taking an early lead in the first leg and an away goal, Athos.
Yes, I was just about to say we should highlight the significance of away goals because it could come down to that when all things are said and done. So Christian Cavallo of Dandy City has a bit of work to do in these early stages. Kris of Port Melbourne playing as Barcelona, kicking to your left of screen. Started like a house on fire, then Belly. The fake shot, Boateng, though, catches up and defends it quite well. Lucky, this is Premier League Victoria, and that is a great ball from Christian Cavallo across to Kingsley Coman, but just as well defended by Semedo. As I was saying, Premier League Victoria, powered by Esports Live and FNR Football Nation Radio. We are halfway through the quarterfinals at the moment, still quite a few to go before the draw for the semifinals coming through in a few days' time.
Yeah, been plenty of action so far, and this contest is already delivering. Maybe an opportunity here for Kris as Messi turns on a sixpence on the edge of the area, but can't quite find an avenue to open up a shot. It's Christian Cavallo now of Dandenong City carrying the ball forwards. Robert Lewandowski out wide to Alphonso Davies. He holds it up.
The hero when these two sides met in real life.
He was devastatingly good up against Nelson Semedo, who's already made a few good challenges in this game, but there's a mix-up at the back here, or at least it looked to be for Barcelona. Christian Cavallo might have had an opportunity there, but for a very good tackle at the last moment from Kris.
So Kris in the lead, 1-0 lead, one away goal, which, as we mentioned earlier, could prove to be a determining factor in the outcome of this one. Been quite a cagey start so far. Only the one real chance, which was put away quite well by Kris using Antoine Griezmann. It's turned over in defence, and he's got another chance to attack here, the Port Melbourne Sharks player.
Well, as you mentioned before, Athos, a unique format. Well, not a unique format, but a different format, an interesting format, I should say, to how we're running this Premier League. Of course, two legs being played. Away goals, if scores are even, will be the deciding factor. But if those away goals are even, as we saw between Heidelberg and Dandy Thunder a few days ago, I should say, we'll have a third game, Athos. Might be an opportunity. There's a bit of a lag spike there that just takes takes the vision away from us for a brief moment, but it's a corner for Kris Kioussis. But we will have, if the away goals are even as well, Athos, as I was trying to say there before that strike, was a golden goal third game. So the winner will be decided through golden goal. But at the moment, we don't have to worry about that because Kris Kioussis has an outright lead in this first leg, and he's trying to maybe make it two here with Lionel Messi. A little fake shot. He tried to go between two defenders, but even for the best player in the world, sometimes that is too much to ask. And now Christian Cavallo has the ball with Alphonso Davies, the Canadian wonder kid. Choosing to pass. Gets the ball back here. Now he's bombing on. That's what we usually see from Alphonso Davies, but the pass was just found wanting.
I'm sure Christian Cavallo will be quite happy to know that he's got Manuel Neuer between the sticks, one of the best, if not the best, goalkeeper in the world, and has been perhaps for the last decade. But Kris Kioussis does have quite a potent attack, starting with this man, Messi, who is a bit of a fair distance from home, but I don't think that'll matter too much. And he plays it inside to Suarez, to Artur, and that's it. Oh, what a save by Neuer.
Think of the devil. That was
about to say 2-0 to Kris Kioussis, but Neuer stuck out a hand. I don't know how he saved that in real life or in FIFA. It seemed an impossible task to keep that one out.
That was almost prophetic from you, Athos. You mentioned Manuel Neuer, and no sooner had you mentioned him had he made a fantastic save. Danger not quite out of the way here, though. Oh, it's another brilliant save from Manuel Neuer. The danger not quite away there, but Manuel Neuer, the German giant, did well to stop Frankie de Jong's double effort there. You usually see the rebounds go in on FIFA, but
I was about to say normally the rebounds are the what aggravates so many FIFA players. But Christian Cavallo will be pleased to know that Manuel Neuer is in between the sticks, and rebound or not, the ball just does not want to go in today. And I'm sure Kris Kioussis of the Port Melbourne Sharks, playing as Barcelona, will be just a bit frustrated despite having that 1-0 lead going into halftime.
I mean, I know if I was in Kris Kioussis' shoes right now, I'd be frustrated, but he might have a chance to alleviate those frustrations as Messi goes for the chip with another incredible save from Manuel Neuer. He's at it once again. He is having an absolute blinder in this tournament. He was one of the unsung heroes of the Champions League final. Of course, Bayern Munich emerging victorious with a 1-0 win over Paris Saint-Germain, and he is coming up trumps here again, Athos. But he's got more work to do here as Barcelona send in this corner. No one quite getting it. And once again, it's Manuel Neuer punching clear. And that brings us to half-time, Athos. It's been a lead for Kris Kioussis, a lead for the Port Melbourne Sharks through Barcelona. Currently 1 goal to the good of Bayern Munich. But really, Manuel Neuer, the Bayern Munich keeper, has stolen the show so far. He's kept it from being a little bit uglier. Christian Cavallo, in the first half of this first leg, Athos, only 1-0 down, perhaps should be more, but he'll be thanking Manuel Neuer that that's not the case, and plenty to ponder at this very short halftime break for Dandenong City's Christian Cavallo. But impressive stuff so far from Kris Kioussis and the Port Melbourne Sharks.
Certainly so. He's looked very lively in attack, but as we mentioned, Lockie, we can't go past how good Manuel Neuer has been. I think that double save sums up that half. And normally, if a goalkeeper is the man of the match, it tells you everything you need to know about the game. But still plenty more of action to come in this second half. We anticipate another great game, another high-scoring contest. This is the first half of 2 legs between Kris Kioussis of the Port Melbourne Sharks, playing as Barcelona, up against Christian Cavallo from Dandenong City, playing as the European champions Bayern Munich on Premier League Victoria, one of the quarterfinals here, brought to you by Esports Live and FNR, Football Nation Radio.
Well, Kris Kioussis making a couple of changes there, a few little tactical tweaks. I think Thiago's been moved into a deeper role. Benjamin Pavard was substituted off there. So a couple of tweaks for Kris Kioussis. Oh, sorry, for Christian Cavallo, I should say. And you can understand why based on the first half. It is, of course, only a 1-goal differential, but there was clearly a lot of work needing to be done by Dandenong City. Christian Cavallo, of course, playing with FC Bayern Munich. Currently with the ball now, it's Felipe Coutinho, deep in midfield, a little bit deeper than you'd usually find him. And he plays it out wide to Kingsley Coman. It's an interesting battle here. Physical battle, but Bayern still have the ball. Coutinho loses it at the crucial moment, and a bit of a misclick there, I think is what they call it, Athos. A misclick from Kingsley Coman. just giving the possession back to Marc-Andre ter Stegen of FC Barcelona, who have the chance to come forward now.
So they do have the much-desired away goal, which could be quite significant in determining the outcome of this game. Artur, he's got a bit of space, goes over to Messi, and why wouldn't you? He wants to get back onto his left, he does, but that was read well by Kimmich. And he is on a booking. He will have to be careful as Koeman picks it up on the wing to Lewandowski. He's got about 4 defenders to beat. Was extremely well to get it to Serge Gnabry, who was very good when these two sides met in real life, but not so on that occasion. And Kris Kioussis launches an attack of his own, Lucky.
Well, Nelson Semedo, unlike the real thing, is keeping Serge Gnabry at bay, but maybe there's another opportunity for Barcelona as Messi has the shot and he has the goal, Athos. The second of the game for Barcelona, the second of the game for Kris Kioussis. Well, Lionel Messi is the best player in the world. He is the GOAT. And those sort of finishes are his bread and butter. Cool as you like from Lionel Messi and cool as you like from Kris Kioussis, who takes a 2-0 lead in this first leg matchup, Athos.
Quite a handy cushion to have, especially when up against the European champions. Christian Cavallo of Dandy City has quite a bit of work to do because it doesn't look like Kris Kioussis is slowing down anytime soon. He retrieves it again with the Suarez. Griezmann, he's in again, the Frenchman. Griezmann and Davies. Davies and Griezmann. Davies wins out on this time. And now, could that just be what motivates Christian Cavallo to get back into this game? He was all but certain to score the Antoine Griezmann if he had broken through.
Well, Athos, if I closed my eyes there, I would have thought I was maybe listening to a horse racing call, but we are, of course, covering a game of football at the moment in the Premier League Victoria, played between the Port Melbourne Sharks' Kris Kioussis and Dandenong City's Christian Cavallo, who has the ball now with Bayern Munich. It's Robin Lewandowski going for the layoff. I think he was looking for the on-rushing run of Thomas Muller, but couldn't quite find him. Now the ball is with Luis Suarez, who, of course, has recently moved to Atletico Madrid. Frenkie de Jong now, Luis Suarez. Nice little bit of interplay here.
Wonderful.
Well, he went just about as close as you could possibly get to scoring there. Luis Suarez ever so close off the upright there from Kris Kioussis. That will be very, very frustrating. A bitter pill to swallow, even if he does still have the 2-goal advantage as it currently stands.
I'll tell you what, Lucky, we are still early in this tournament, but that would have been a contender for a goal of the series so far. That was a brilliant move. I love the one-touch passing from Kris Kioussis. And the third goal might have just ended the tie right there, though he still might get it. Messi, it's a 3-on-2. He's got Dembele on his left. Chooses to go to him. He's got Suarez inside. Goes to Messi instead. And why wouldn't you? And it's Griezmann who taps it in. We weren't sure whether he was going to be called offside. He wasn't in the end. The save from Neuer was good, but only as far as Griezmann, who tapped in the easiest of goals, Lockie. And I have to say, that's a 3-goal lead to Kris Kioussis of the Port Melbourne Sharks. And it's going to be a very, very difficult climb here for Christian Cavallo.
Well, Athos Sirianos, if I had a violin, I would be playing it for Kris Cavallo right now. Those rebound goals, oh, so frustrating to have to concede, especially when the stakes are as high as they are in the Premier League Victoria. But the man who just made it 3-0, just scored his second, Antoine Griezmann, has the ball once again, cuts inside, lays it off for Luis Suarez. And another strong save from Manuel Neuer. He's been a little bit quieter in this second half, but still, when called upon, more often than not, Athos, he is doing the job.
One of the most popular goalkeepers, I'm sure, in Ultimate Team still. He has been since about FIFA 12. He's just that bloody good. Kris Kioussis now, he's been very busy in this half. He's added 2 goals to his 1-goal advantage that he came to the half with.
And these are all the way.
Hasn't really given Christian Cavallo much of a sniff. Though he's through here with Tolisso. He's only just come on. His first touch, Tolisso, ends up in a goal. A bit of life for the Dandy City player.
Well, to use the old commentator's cliche, Athos, he probably needed that one, did Christian Cavallo of Dandenong City. As you said, Corentin Tolisso, the Frenchman, hasn't been on for a very long time, but, age, the lack of experience in this particular 90 wasn't a problem at all. That was a very, very comfortable finish. Once again, at the near post, the goalkeeper was off his line a little bit, but we know how strong that near post area is on FIFA 20. Definitely one of the things that we hope will change in the new FIFA that is on the horizon. But as it stands, Kris Kioussis, well, he's lost his clean sheet, but he does still retain his lead. It's just been shortened to 2 goals now. It is 3-1 to Port Melbourne Sharks' Kris Kioussis, who is playing
I'll
with
tell you what,
playing some nice stuff here. Luis Suarez, the chance maybe to make it 4. Another strong save from Manuel Neuer, who really has had the number of Luis Suarez so far across this first leg.
I'll tell you what, like if Christian Cavallo only goes into the second leg 2 goals down, I think he'll take that because Kris Kioussis has been all over him in this game with playing as Barcelona. Messi has had tons of the ball, as has Luis Suarez, and Griezmann has popped up with a few goals of his own, but it's Christian Cavallo doing the attacking here, well defended by Kioussis, though only as far as Kimmich. Tolisso, the goal scorer, he's only been on for a few FIFA minutes, and he's made an impact. There might be time for a few more chances here, or maybe one more chance, and it's going the way of Christian Cavallo, it seems. Lewandowski, well intercepted by De Jong, and it should be enough to do us in his first leg, Lockie.
Kris Kioussis just maybe slowing things down. He is passing the ball well. That one cut out probably just about wraps us up, you'd have to think. Yep, that's the first leg done and dusted here. It is Kris Kioussis of the Port Melbourne Sharks taking a strong lead at the end of this first leg. 3-1, the final scoreline between Barcelona and Bayern Munich. Kris Kioussis, I'm sure, will be very pleased with what he's seen so far. Christian Cavallo with plenty to do for Dandenong City, but of course, Athos, we do still have a second leg to play, and we do still have so much to play for, so stick around. Love it. Good stuff.
Lovely. I'm just
0-0. Well, Athos, we are back underway here in the E-Premier League Victoria. The first leg was a fairly convincing 3-1 win for Kris Kioussis, who in the halftime interval there was extremely frustrated that it isn't more than 3-1, but nevertheless, that remains the scoreline for Christian Cavallo to try and beat. Of course, Christian would need to score at least 2. Well, not at least 2. He would need to score more than 2. He'd need to get himself an outright lead because Kris Kioussis has got himself 3 away goals, but remains to be seen what's going to happen in this game. We know FIFA is notoriously inconsistent, so anything could happen in this second 90 minutes, Athos. But it is Kris Kioussis getting
way.
Yeah.
Get off that left foot.
Luis Suarez, this is lovely end-to-end play, cutting into his left. Lionel Messi, the left foot shot is saved strongly by Manuel Neuer.
You'd back Messi 9 times out of 10. Their left foot, plenty of space, but he does have the great Manuel Neuer to beat, which proved to be a Herculean task for Barcelona in the first leg. And they're streaming forward again. Messi, will he get back onto his left? Jordi Alba read him like a book there and cleared him before he had the opportunity, or even shoot with his right. But Barcelona peppering as they were all throughout that first leg. Messi found a bit of space, probably could have kept going, passed back to Suarez instead. And Christian Cavallo just eats it up in defence and now starts an attack of his own. Kingsley Coman streaming forward, plenty of room. Coutinho! And that's gone wide. That's gone wide. Perhaps a costly miss, a great opportunity to grab an early goal and get himself back into this tie, Lockie. But it looks as though it's come off someone and it's gone for a corner.
Yeah, had to shoot first time because those bodies were so close. So close, in fact, that it deflected off one of them for a corner. But Christian Cavallo would love an early goal here. You don't see corner goals scored all too often. But that near post is a strong point, but a strong save there from Marc-Andre ter Stegen, clearing his lines. The danger is not completely averted, but now it is Marc-Andre ter Stegen claiming that cross there from Joshua Kimmich. And now the chance maybe for Barcelona to build up another attack. Jordi Alba knocking the ball forward to Dembele. He's got Frankie de Jong coming forward on this left-hand side. He's opened up a little bit of a gap between him and the Bayern defense. There are options at the back post. Kris Kioussis was looking for them, but couldn't quite find them. Manuel Neuer, once again, is almost shaping as the best player in the tournament so far, Athos.
I think that's a fair comment.
Come close.
That's a fair comment. Like, I should also point out that he looks as though his goalkeeper strip clashes with Barcelona. So I don't think that'll be an issue because he's the one wearing gloves as well. So yeah. I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. But Dembele streaming forward now. We've seen quite a few crosses put in. It's Messi on his right, Messi on the rebound. He won't make a mistake the second time. And just like that, Barcelona take an early lead once again. And it's that man, Lionel Messi, who draws first blood in his second leg.
Well, a relief for Kris Kioussis getting another goal in this tie to make it 4-1 on aggregate, and probably a relief for us broadcasting from home, Athos, because I would have been very interested after that Manuel Neuer save, another fantastic one. I would have been very interested to see Kris Kioussis' reaction if he didn't eventually have a goal to show for that play just then. That would have been incredibly frustrating. But Christian Cavallo with a mountain to climb here in this second leg. There is still plenty of time, and we know how quickly things can change, but he needs goals, and he needs them quickly, Athos.
That he does, though. He looks like he's getting going now. Muller, Coutinho, Kylan. He's in a bit of space. Good shot. Just flew over the crossbar.
Yeah, those first shots, they can be a bit of a lottery sometimes, Athos. You don't always know what you're going to get, but the defensive coverage did justify the first time shot, I suppose, but they can be a little bit finicky. They can be a bit risky in this game.
Certainly. And we mentioned earlier Manuel Neuer is having an absolute blinder, not just a blinder of a game, but a blinder of a series. He has probably been the player of probably the best player across the two legs so far. There's still plenty to play in this game. As Messi, the goal scorer, is a bit of a distance from home, but that won't bother him. Plays Arthur through. Gives it back to Messi. Suarez, all the big guns for Barcelona combining. No Italian exams here for Luis Suarez, so I'm sure he's very relieved. And the Bayern Munich defense holding up strong there. And Christian Cavallo will need a few more goals like if he wants to get himself back into this game.
Let's see if he can create one now. There is space here for Thiago. He plays it to Coutinho. There's an opening, but it's a strong save from Marc-Andre ter Stegen down to his left. The two German keepers having a bit of a measuring contest at the moment, Athos. They're both sort of outdoing each other. But Artur shoots from the edge of the area. And surprise, surprise, it's getting almost tiresome to say it now. Another save from Manuel Neuer. Danger not completely gone, though, for the German champions as his corner comes in for Barcelona. Griezmann turning inside the penalty box. Playing it to the edge of the area to Junior Firpo. Will he open up the opportunity for a shot? He doesn't. And Bayern Munich come away with the ball now.
Perisic's ball forward intercepted by Jordi Alba, and they'll start again here, Barcelona. This is, of course, the Premier League Live, powered by Esports Live and FNR Football Nation Radio. Christian Cavallo playing as Bayern Munich, kicking to the right of screen, representing Dandenong City. And he is up against Kris Kioussis playing as Barcelona and representing the Port Melbourne Sharks, who holds a 4-1 lead on aggregate. As we're just nearing the end of the first half of this first leg, as Christian Cavallo is found offside there with Bayern Munich. It's been a lot closer of a second leg like here. We saw Kris Kioussis pile on the goals heavily in the first leg of the first half of the first leg, which really defined this tie.
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that there isn't more goals in it, you might want to write it off on the balance of play, but the scoreline being as it is, there is still with a half to play, coming towards the end of this first one of the second leg, still a little bit of hope for Christian Cavallo. Maybe especially if he can get one here, isn't able to on this occasion. Barcelona turning it over once again. A bit of helter-skelter stuff as we head towards the end of the first half. Just as Bayern Munich were about to get off a shot there, a crucial challenge from Barcelona. Kris is not completely averted though, because it's Fiete. Ball rebounds off his back. If Christian Cavallo had been turned the other way, might have been able to capitalize off that Barcelona error. But maybe now Kris Kioussis can capitalize off the error as he plays it across the face of goals. Antoine Griezmann, he bends it into the bottom left-hand corner. A decisive goal potentially for Port Melbourne Sharks, Kris Kioussis. And what a perfect way to send us into half-time, Athos.
The worst time to concede just before the break, and Kris Kioussis has scored a handy second goal there, which puts him 5-1 up on aggregate. A deserved lead. He's had a lot of the play across the two legs, though, to be fair, Christian Cavallo had quite a few really good opportunities there with his Bayern Munich side. I'm expecting quite an entertaining second half, though, still to come.
Of course,
Sorry, lad, I couldn't pause it.
That's good. All good.
Hey, that's cheeky. I can look at his tactics.
There you go.
That's naughty.
Just because you can, Kris, doesn't mean you should.
Hey, you got to win it all, no matter what.
Yeah.
All right. Now back underway here for the second half of this second leg between Kris Kioussis of the Port Melbourne Sharks playing with Barcelona and Christian Cavallo of Dandenong City playing with FC Bayern Munich, who have it all to do as we come towards the final half of the four that we've had across this two-leg tie. Kris Cavallo needs goals, and he needs them now, but it looks like Kris Kioussis might have the first opportunity of this second half. Trying to open up an angle, but
man. Why is he not falling over?
Eventually get the corner. He's still not happy. He is still not happy.
You go down every day of the week.
Corner now for a very vocal Kris Kioussis, who is probably fancying himself to maybe
God.
Oh my God.
sends the ball into the area and it hits the top of the net. Better attempt there from Luis Suarez.
Oh, this game's a joke.
Oh, no.
Never have you seen a man with this commanding a lead be so frustrated to be in the position that he is.
Certainly, he leads 5-1 on aggregate, does Kris Kioussis of the Port Melbourne Sharks, playing as Barcelona here in the quarterfinal. And Christian Cavallo streams forward now. Coleman back to Coutinho. He's in a bit of space against his former club. Great save from ter Stegen. We saw Neuer pull off a heap of wonderful save. Now it's ter Stegen's turn. They're fighting for that German national team spot, Lucky, I think.
Well, they don't actually, funnily enough, Athos, I don't think they like each other in real life. So there is a bit of in the video game, that doesn't really matter at all, but there's maybe a little bit of a side narrative going on here. But Kris Kioussis is coming down the left-hand side with Ousmane Dembele, who's been very lively in this fixture so far. Plays it back to Jordi Alba. Artur, the nice little fancy pass there. Lovely bit of interchange on the edge of the box. Messi with the shot. Messi with the goal. Easy as you like there for Kris Kioussis. It was silky stuff, bundling around the penalty area, lots of one-touch play, and Messi, as he so often does in real life, getting himself on the end of it. And probably, Athos, as much as we do believe in Christian Cavallo, maybe putting this tie to bed. And there might be yet more pain here for Christian Cavallo. The ball's played across the edge of the area by Luis Suarez. Ousmane Dembele was rushing onto it, but Manuel Neuer was just that second quicker to cut out the danger and stem the bleeding, I suppose you could say, Athos. But maybe another chance here for Bayern Munich. Not quite in the end.
Just on that goal, Lucky, I think that would be the goal of the tournament so far. An incredibly worked goal from Barcelona. Finished off by that man, Lionel Messi, who has been everywhere tonight. So hats off to Kris Kioussis of the Port Melbourne Sharks.
Yeah, well, barring an upset here, Athos, as we just wait to see how this play develops, barring an upset, Kris Kioussis is putting everyone on notice. I think those who are watching this game will be, his potential competitors in future rounds will be looking at this and thinking, I'll have quite a tough assignment if I'm drawn against Kris. They might be trying to avoid him when we eventually do our semi-final draft. But Christian Cavallo crosses the ball towards the back post, but finds it, the ball here. Ivan Perisic on the left-hand side, across the face of goals, cleared by Barcelona. Now Kris Kioussis is taking it forward with Antoine Griezmann. He's got a nice diagonal run coming there from Louis. You can find him. Ousmane Dembele making the run over the top, but the pass, as it so often does in FIFA, there were two obvious options, and the AI decided to pass to neither of them. You really do hate to see it on this video game, but it is disappointing, but not surprising, Athos. I'm sure you've been there yourself before.
Absolutely, where you intend to pass it one way and it goes completely the other direction. But luckily for Kris Kioussis, he holds a commanding lead with just under 20 FIFA minutes to play in this one. He's booked a place in the semi-final, you'd think, in this Premier League tournament powered by Esports Live and FNR Football Nation Radio. Bit of confusion there. The ball was stuck in the feet of
Jam.
Sherman, out for the shot, didn't quite get there, and Barcelona will play it out. They're away here. De Jong's got Suarez, who's drifted offside, so De Jong has to hold it up for a bit longer, and the ball eventually goes out of play. I think that's the first time we've had a throw in this game, Lockie. It's been played at quite a frenetic pace.
There's been so much happening, Athos, across all the games we played in the Premier League Victoria so far. It's hard to keep track. It's all one big blur of football in my brain, Athos. But you would have to imagine, touch wood, this tie is probably just about done and dusted. But the FIFA gods are strange at times, and they do like to throw up surprises. And there's a surprise from the Bayern Munich defense here. It opens up the opportunity for Lionel Messi, who makes it 4-0 in the second leg. He's in the main man. And everything. And in perhaps the sign of how this two-leg contest has gone for Christian Cavallo, he kicks off the what little remains of this game just by juggling the ball in the penalty area. It's the mark of a frustrated FIFA player who knows he's beat. I think we've all been there before.
We certainly have, Lockie, and Kris Kioussis has put on an absolute masterclass here today. A fantastic achievement. And I think Christian Cavallo, it looks like he's put the controller away, it seems, only briefly. He's picked it back up because he's got a bit of defending to do, and now even launching attack. Coutinho, Lewandowski, Kimmich, streaming forward. Lewandowski's got it. Kimmich wins it back. Coutinho didn't quite get there, Lockie.
Well, look, you wouldn't have blamed Christian Cavallo for putting the controller down and not picking it back up for some time after what's happened tonight. It's been a frustrating two-legged encounter between him and a strong performance comparatively from Kris Kioussis. We might yet have more goals left. I wonder if Frankie de Jong is inside here. He's not.
I just don't know what
That is an incredibly questionable decision. As I said, the FIFA gods are strange beasts, and somehow they decide not to give a penalty for that particular encounter. It's shortly like Frankie de Jong was illegally fouled in the area there. But for Christian Cavallo's sake, the play was allowed to continue. But Kris Kioussis maybe would make it 5. Oh, my goodness. Well, Luis Suarez, he is in real life on the way out of Barcelona. He's found his way at Atletico, and based on the quality of that finish there, Athos, maybe his head already is in Madrid. He probably should have scored that one.
And I think for the first time in this tournament, we've seen a keeper run. And who else?
You have to see it. Well, Manuel Neuer coming off the line. Bit of weird stuff from Manuel Neuer at the end. It is one of those fun things that we see in FIFA, but we've seen a very entertaining, if maybe a little bit one-sided, two-legged encounter here. It is Kris Kioussis of the Port Melbourne Sharks, a 4-0 win in this game, winning across both legs convincingly. And Kris Kioussis will be going through with the Port Melbourne Sharks, while Christian Cavallo exits us at the first time of asking, unfortunately. But we do have the two players available for a quick chat. I'm not sure which one of you wants to talk first. I will start with Christian as he's gone out. Christian, a tough result for you across those two legs.
Oh, look, I just got beaten by the better man. He's just played me off the park, so hats off, mate. Well done.
Well, Christian, most people who lose in this tournament are usually full of excuses. We've had lag. We've had the transfers of the squads not being updated, but it's good to see that while you may be going out based on performance, you can leave with your head held high because you actually are respectful enough to give credit to our winner, Kris Kioussis, who is speaking to us now. Kris, I've said this multiple times in the broadcast, never have I seen someone win so convincingly yet be so frustrated. Give us a picture of where you're at emotionally right now. You've just gone through, but you've also had a lot of stuff not go your way throughout the two legs. How are you feeling?
It's definitely a good feeling. Definitely living the dream at the moment. Like to say I did it for the Lions Den, good mates of mine. So hopefully I can bring back the trophy for them.
Well, Kris Kioussis, you have well and truly put, I think, the people who will be hoping to probably avoid you in the future rounds of this tournament on notice. They will be very wary of you going forward. But it is the Port Melbourne Sharks, Kris Kioussis, going forward, winning both legs, going through to the next stage of the Premier League Victoria. Now, I think that just about wraps us up, Athos.
It certainly does. It's been a great night of FIFA, a great night of esports, a great night of Premier League Victoria, powered by Esports Live and FNR Football Nation Radio. We'll be back over the next few days. We've got a few more quarterfinals to come as we enter deeper into this tournament, Lucky.
Indeed, we do, Athos. And of course, if you want to know when those fixtures are coming up, when everything is happening, keep tuned in to the Esports Live socials where the fixtures will be posted. We'll probably be having a semi-final draw as well. But until that point, we'll catch you again soon.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this live esports fixture here